Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac. Today's lesson and meditation will be taken from Volume 2, Chapter 41, titled Virgo, 12 Petals of Love. This whole month, we will focus on how to nurture and to protect and to love all of creation. It is a beautiful, beautiful message, and it really speaks to the hearts of all people, all of you who want to be practicing disciples of the ageless wisdom. To be practicing disciples of the ageless wisdom, we must consider how we express the love in our heart through great principles. Principles are laws of nature, the way things work that makes us at the end happy, healthy, prosperous, and successful. This is what we want to be. A practicing disciple of the ageless wisdom is someone who is always joyful, no matter what happens in his or her life. So take this lesson as a very important lesson for you, so that you learn how to express your love through great principles. So let me start by reading that first paragraph. Virgo is a great entity in space. According to the ageless wisdom, every form is a body of a great entity. So right there you can see that every form in nature, everything that is created, is the body of a great living being. For example, if you have a tree, that tree has an entity, has a soul, a living being. When we say planet, that planet is also an entity. It is living. The solar system is also an entity, and the soul of the solar system we call the solar logos. Also, the galaxy in which we are a little speck is a great entity. Virgo itself is an entity. This entity has 8 principles, 8 living laws by which all of life operates, according to the ageless wisdom, and it has its representative on our globe. So this is a very important paragraph, and it sets the pace for us, or the theme for us, to see how we can bring out the love and the nurture that is inherent in us, not only toward ourselves, toward others, toward people of all places and races and religions, but also to every living organism in life. Everything in life has a soul, and it is that soul that we are linking with our souls. Our mind does not separate, our opinions do not separate us from this, and our religious and spiritual thoughts should bring us in unity with the soul of all life. That is what Virgo is all about. Isn't that beautiful? So let me first start with reading 8 principles that Torkom defines in this chapter. I will read the highlighted parts, and it starts in my book on page 473. The first principle is the protection of the life of every form. So if we want to bring that love, that nurture of Virgo into our life and imbue our life with those principles, the first thing we have to do is to protect the life in every form. That means the life in people that you know, in the children, in the plants, in the animals, in all the kingdoms of this planet. So you can think about how you do that. These are great seeds for thought. And you can basically take as many days as you like during this month to think of each of those principles, or choose ones that are best suited for your thought. Let's go to number 2. The second principle is nurturing the life forms. What does nurture mean? In human interactions, it means that I listen, that I encourage, that I give great advice, that I say, you can do it. And the same with us. We nurture ourselves, nurture others, and we nurture that life in everybody. We don't squash it down by negativity, by snarky remarks, by saying, oh, you don't matter, or this doesn't matter. You see, there are so many ways that we discourage people. So this whole thing about nurturing, the way I look at it, is to encourage the life in every form, the soul that is trying to break out in every form. Look what that paragraph says under that number 2. When we are thinking today about Virgo, actually we are nourishing ourselves, nourishing our minds, our emotions, our aspirations, and nourishing also our spiritual strivings. Remember that whatever you do to yourself, for yourself, you must also do for others. It has to be equal, because that's what makes us practicing disciples of the ageless wisdom. We can't say it's all about me and nothing for you. That's not how it works. Even though in our society we hear many, many words to the contrary, many behaviors of separatism and hatred, that is not the work of a practicing disciple. We are realizing that there is a great entity which is connected to us. Imagine how great it is when we connect ourselves with that great constellation through our thinking and aspirations, and we do not cut off other people's connections to that great entity. Does that make sense to you? So you are going to nurture the life inside of you, the joy inside of you, and everybody else too, and everything that you do, in the words that you speak, in the thoughts that you think, and the actions that you take. Let's go to the third principle. Third principle is giving manifestations to the currents of creative energies. I love that. A word of encouragement, a word of appreciation, a word of peace and joy, and yes, you can do it. Those are words to give manifestation, to help people create, give voice to the creativity in them. Look what it says in the next page, page 475. Your creativity must be progressive, advancing, and become an ever-running process in your life, a continuous progress in creativity. That is what we see in the universe. The universe, the creative forces in the universe, don't just stand still. They create new forms to adapt to the needs of the environment, and you are going to do the same. If you're an artist, improve it. Every day, improve it. If you are a student, improve what you're learning. If you're a teacher, improve the way you teach. If you are a disciple of the ageless wisdom, improve and deepen your practice. That is how you manifest the currents of creative energies. Remember that creative energy is inside of you. It's waiting to come out. We don't know how many ways you can express your creativity. You won't know until you try. The fourth one is inspiring a love of beauty, nobility, and honesty. Just like a mother wants her children to be beautiful, noble, and honest, we need to do the same for ourselves and people around us. Let us yearn for that beauty of speech, the beauty of thought, the beauty of the teaching, the beauty of all our expressions. Instead of being ugly or covered ugly, oh, I don't like that, oh, that's not right. What about if we find ways to express ourselves beautifully, in noble and grand ways? Why not? That is something that we can all do. And I think if we learn to bring the love of beauty in our life, surround ourselves with the love of beauty, that passion will ignite others. The fifth one, and that's on page 478, is that this Virgo mother in the universe, just like our mother, if that mother is really healthy and noble, inspires striving toward perfection. I love that, and that is the foundation of the teaching. That is the foundation of everything that we do in our life, is that you never give up, ever, and you are always striving. Striving is not necessarily just grand changes in our life. It is every day saying, I can do better, I can overcome, I can forgive, I can meditate, I'll start again, I'll go to exercise, I will spread the thoughts of beauty and universality. These are tiny ways of striving toward perfection. The perfection that we are looking at is the total beauty in everything that you do, in your physical, emotional, mental, and your spiritual expressions, that they are always beautiful and noble and harmonious. So you are going to strive toward perfection and encourage others. For example, if somebody says, oh, I've done this and that, you can say, you can do it. I have faith in you. I love you. I know you have what it takes to do better. Especially you can say that to teenagers. What about older people who are getting old and tired and sick? What about encouraging them for what they can do now so that their life continuously improves now and for the next lifetime? There is no way that you can put a cap on striving toward perfection. There's always a way that you can encourage others and yourself to stand up again and never give up, no matter what happens. Let's go to number 6. Virgo energy inspires to create harmony and cooperation between and within the forms. I love that. If there is conflict in you, there is disharmony in you, find out where that is coming from, because Virgo is encouraging you to harmonize. If there is some discomfort and dissatisfaction with your coworkers, with your husband, your wife, your family, your children, find ways that you can create harmony. And you're going to find out later that is going to come through love. And we will meditate on the different kinds of love that will create this harmony. The 7th principle is inspiration toward a greater image. Our self-image suffers every day, especially for women. It suffers every day. Look what it says about your self-image. This is the time that you are going to work on yourselves and say, you know, how many ugly images are built upon my mind, in my mind. Every time I failed, every time I was defeated, every time somebody was angry, they belittled me, they criticized me, they slandered me, so I believed them. See how profound this paragraph is? When I believed them, I became exactly what they wanted me to be. Now is the time to destroy that self-image. This is so important. If I were to choose one principle to meditate on during the Virgo full moon, this would be one of them. How to take down the image that was imposed on us by other people, what they said, what they did, what they even thought about us. It is time to take that image down. Look what it says here. Whatever image you believe you are, you live accordingly. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. How many ugly images are given out today in the media and social media about everything, about ourselves, about femininity or masculinity, about our children, the snarkiness, about our leaders, about our governments, about our society, about democracy, you name it. And there are ugly images that are projected out. You are going to deny those images and inspire yourself toward a greater image. Because when we believe in those, when we think we are what people are saying, we will behave accordingly. And that is not right. To bring out the soul that is in us in every form. Let's look at the 8th one and the last principle. The 8th principle is the cultivation of compassion for every living form. Compassion means that you have a connectivity to every person, every plant, every animal, every mineral and rock in your garden. You feel that connection. That is so important. You know, when I do that, when I sit in my garden and just feel the breeze on my face, look at the greenery, look at the plants and animals, my rhythm changes. And that is so important. And you will see why rhythm is important in the next full moon that I will discuss. So let's cultivate compassion for every living being. Why is that? Because a soul is the same in every life form. Compassion is to feel the pains and sufferings of all those people that exist in this world. We have made it a political and social sport to make fun of people. That is not right. That is not how a noble disciple of the ageless wisdom acts. And I'm asking all of you not to buy into that, but to feel compassion for the pains and sufferings for everybody in the world, no matter what they look like, no matter what they do, no matter how they feel and express. Why? Again, because Virgo is telling us through love and compassion, you link with the soul and the greater life. This is the reason why you're doing this. It's not to be goody two-shoes. It is to link with the highest in the universe that is in the highest in you. Okay? The second part of this great chapter is about 12 petals of love. And I'm going to use 5 of those petals for your meditation practice for the 5 days of the full moon period. What are those? I'm going to suggest number 1, day number 1, which is 2 days before the full moon, that you meditate on the theme love that sacrifices. And when you meditate on these themes, you say, for example, what is sacrifice? How is it expressed? How can I express it in my life? Just ask 3 simple questions on each one. Meditate on it and journal. Day number 2 on the 5-day observation of the full moon is this. The meditation seat thought is love that forgives. Meditate on forgiveness and you will see how deep it is. What is forgiveness? What do I need to forgive? Why do I need to forgive? 3 important questions. Ask these and see where the meditation takes you. On the day of the full moon, the 3rd day, we are going to meditate on love that gives. Love that gives life. You're going to meditate, what is the love that gives life? What does it mean to give life? And I will guide us through that meditation when we do it at the end of this session. Day number 4, you'll meditate on love that uplifts. What does it mean to uplift? How do I uplift? And what happens when I uplift myself and others? Isn't that nice? That's beautiful. Day number 5, we will meditate on a love that sees. I think that is so profound. A love that truly sees what is going on through the eyes of the heart. That is what you're going to meditate on. That means you are going to ask, what does it mean to see? What am I seeing? And how does my sight change when I apply love? Okay? So now, let us go to our meditation. And you can use this meditation practice all 5 days. And when you come to the seed thought, choose a seed thought for the day. If you don't like any of those seed thoughts, choose any of the 12 that are discussed in this chapter. All right, if you're ready to meditate, let's sit up straight, put a nice smile on your face. Think of yourself as being so beautiful. Relax. Take a deep breath and feel a sense of integration. Your physical, emotional, and mental bodies together. Lift yourself. Integrate and align with the soul and all beings. Be happy. It's very important when you meditate to have a sense of happiness. And sound 1 Om. Repeat after me. O everlasting fountain of love, touch our hearts with your flame and make our heart a temple of your compassion. Keeping your mind focused, let's meditate on the seed thought, love that gives life. What is love is your first question. Take a minute to meditate. What is love? How is love given to me in life every day? Think of how you receive love. Think of how all of life gives you love every minute of the day. Imagine what that is and really express your gratitude for the love that gives you life. See how you can give love to give life for people around you and expand it out. To start with yourself and take it out to your family and take it out to the whole planet. The love which gives life. Now make a plan to give life to someone with your love. Make a plan for this month to give life to someone who needs to be alive and feel your love. Don't shy away. See how that will change you and the recipient. Let's say the great invocation together. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, Let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Let us say one Om. Open your eyes and remember the wisdom of the zodiac in Virgo tells us that Virgo is all about love, the love that gives life to all forms and connects the soul in us to the soul of all beings. It's all about nurture and love and compassion. These are the great principles. So expand your love to every living thing in the universe and enjoy this full moon of Virgo because it is so expansive, so freeing, so joy-giving. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.